There is a battle taking place in your life right now, a quiet war. It does not involve guns or armies. It does not tear through streets or cities. And yet, it is more real than any war the world has ever known. It is the battle inside you, the struggle between who you are and who you are becoming, between comfort and growth, between your fears and your will to overcome them. This is your silent battle. Friedrich Nietzsche, one of the most provocative philosophers in history, understood this war well. Not because he watched others fight it, but because he lived it. His philosophy is not one of quiet resignation or hollow optimism, it is a call to arms. A confrontation with pain, weakness, failure, and all that we would rather avoid. Nietzsche does not offer you soothing words. He offers fire. He invites you to descend into the depths of your own struggle, not to be consumed, but to be forged. This is not about pretending to be strong. It is about becoming strong. It is about taking the raw material of your suffering, your disappointments, your losses, your doubts, and shaping it into something unbreakable. This is not self-help. This is self-confrontation. Nietzsche once wrote, "He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow." This is not a sentence, it is a revelation. If you understand your purpose, if you understand why you fight your silent battle, then the pain, the confusion, the solitude, they all become bearable. Even necessary. But to reach that place, you must be willing to face yourself completely. You must be willing to suffer well. Our society often hides the battle. We filter our lives through curated screens and hollow platitude. We praise strength, but we shun the suffering that makes it possible. We admire resilience, but we hide the wounds it came from. We live in a culture that seeks to numb, not to feel. Nietzsche was disgusted by this kind of comfort-seeking. He believed that the human spirit atrophies when it avoids struggle. To grow, to transcend, to become more than what you were yesterday, you must suffer. Not because suffering is good, but because suffering reveals what you are made of. It is the fire that tests and tempers. He once declared, "What does not kill me makes me stronger." This is not just a motivational quote. It is a truth earned through agony. Nietzsche suffered immensely, physically, emotionally, intellectually. He was exiled from academic circles, misunderstood, and tormented by illness. And yet, he wrote. He created. He endured. And from that endurance, he discovered a principle. Suffering is not the end. It is the beginning. To fight the silent battle is to understand that growth and pain are not opposites. They are partners. You cannot rise without being broken first. You cannot build muscle without tearing fiber. You cannot find clarity without first walking through the fog. Nietzsche called this becoming who you are. Not as a destination, but as a process, a journey through struggle toward your most authentic self. At the heart of Nietzsche's philosophy is a concept both misunderstood and misused: the will to power. This is not about domination or tyranny. It is about transcendence. It is the inner force that drives life to overcome itself, to grow, to evolve. Every plant reaching for the sun, every artist pouring their soul into a canvas, every person choosing to keep going when everything tells them to stop, that is the will to power in action. You fight your silent battle because something in you refuses to stay small. Something in you demands more. Not more comfort, but more reality, more depth, more truth. You want to live fully, not half asleep. But to do that, you must engage the will to power. You must choose to face your darkness rather than flee from it. You must choose growth over safety. Nietzsche believed that every individual has the potential to become a creator of values, to rise above the herd, to reject imposed meaning, and to carve a path that is uniquely theirs. This is terrifying. It means abandoning certainty. It means rejecting easy answers. It means suffering again and again. But it also means becoming more alive than you've ever been. The will to power is not about winning in the traditional sense. It is about mastering yourself. It is about standing in front of your failures, your rejections, your weaknesses, and saying, I will not be defined by these. I will be strengthened by them. Nietzsche gives us another image, one that haunts and compels. He writes, whoever fights monsters should see to it that he does not become a monster. And when you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you. The abyss is real. It is depression. It is loss. It is trauma. It is the feeling that nothing matters, that you are alone, that your pain is too big, too deep, too raw to be named. The abyss is not metaphorical, it is psychological, and everyone who truly seeks strength must, at some point, face it. Nietzsche does not tell you to avoid the abyss. He tells you to look into it, not recklessly, but courageously, because only in that confrontation do you discover who you really are. The silent battle is not won by ignoring the abyss. It is won by standing your ground when the abyss stares back. But the danger is real. In fighting darkness, we risk becoming dark. In fighting monsters, we risk becoming monstrous. This is why Nietzsche insists on self-awareness. Strength without reflection is brutality. Power without purpose is tyranny. You must know why you fight. You must know what you are becoming. This is where many fail. They chase strength for the wrong reasons, for vengeance, for validation, for escape. Nietzsche warns us, not all growth is upward. You can grow into something cruel, hollow, bitter. The silent battle is not just about survival, it is about direction. Who are you becoming in the fight? That question is everything. Nietzsche's ultimate vision was the Übermensch, the overman. Not a superhuman in the comic book sense, but a person who transcends herd values, who creates meaning from within, who shapes their own destiny. The Übermensch is not given strength. They earn it. They fight for it. They are scarred, but not broken. Wounded, but not defeated. To become this kind of person, you must undergo transformation. And transformation is not beautiful. It is violent. It is messy. It is lonely. It means letting go of identities that no longer serve you. It means disappointing others. It means enduring silence, confusion, uncertainty. But it also means becoming real. Fully alive. Awake. The Übermensch is not perfect. They are not above suffering. They simply no longer run from it. They no longer see pain as the enemy. They have looked into the abyss and found themselves there. This is the possibility Nietzsche offers. Not comfort, but greatness. Not ease, but depth. Not popularity, but authenticity. The road is brutal, but the destination is sacred. Here, Nietzsche drops the most radical thought experiment in all of philosophy. He asks, what if a demon were to say to you, this life, as you now live it, you will have to live again and again, innumerable times, and there will be nothing new in it, but every pain and every joy must return to you, all in the same sequence, forever. Would you throw yourself down in despair? Or would you rejoice? This is the test of your life. Would you be willing to live this life again, and again, and again? Every heartbreak, every failure, every humiliation, every sleepless night. Would you say yes? If your answer is no, then something must change. This is Nietzsche's challenge. Live in such a way that you would be willing to repeat your life eternally. That doesn't mean every moment is joyful. It means every moment is meaningful. It means you own your life so completely you would not trade it, even with its scars. This is the climax of the silent battle, when you realize that strength is not about escaping pain, it's about integrating it so deeply that it becomes part of your strength. It is no longer something you wish away. It is something you carry with pride. When you reach this point, the war inside does not end. But something shifts. You no longer see yourself as a victim of life. You become its co-creator. You no longer fear pain. You learn from it. You no longer pretend to be strong. You are strong because you've suffered honestly, fought courageously, and chosen meaning in the face of chaos. The final shattering, you realize that no one is coming to save you. There is no system that will rescue you. No belief that will guarantee peace. no external approval that will finally make you whole. There is only you and your will. This is the most terrifying truth, and the most liberating. You are not meant to be tamed. You are meant to become. You are not here to conform. You are here to create. You are not here to hide from struggle. You are here to fight the silent battle, and win not by destroying others, but by conquering yourself. This is Nietzsche's vision, a human being who is not a product of history, religion, or society, but a creator of self, an individual who has gone through the abyss and come back, not with answers but with power, not borrowed power, not inherited power, earned power. The silent battle you are fighting is not a detour. It is the path, and the one who walks it fully becomes unstoppable. When Nietzsche spoke of the Übermensch, he was not giving the world a monster. He was giving it a mirror, a challenge, a possibility. The Übermensch is not someone else. It is you, if you're willing to earn it. You, if you're willing to burn down the false self. You, if you're willing to walk through hell without asking to be rescued. You, if you're willing to love your fate rather than fight it. This rebirth is not marked by a parade. It's quiet, still, unfolding like dawn. You wake up one day and realize you are not waiting anymore. Not for permission, not for perfection, not for ease. You are living. You are choosing. You are becoming. And this life, this difficult, aching, luminous life, is yours. After transformation, you return to the world, not as a savior, not as a prophet, but as someone who has earned their eyes. You look at others not with judgment, but with understanding. You see the battles they're hiding. You hear the silence beneath their words. And you honor it, because you've been there. You are still there. But now you walk differently. You carry something with you, an invisible weight that is not a burden, but a gift. The weight of experience, the weight of depth, the weight of choosing to become instead of merely survive. And you live in such a way that your very presence becomes a form of truth, a form of encouragement, not because you speak loudly, but because you are what you've overcome. This is legacy, not applause but resonance. Not reputation, but reality. So what now? You go forward, not with answers, but with power. Not the power to control life, but the power to meet it, face to face, moment by moment, to stand in front of all that terrifies you and say, I have already walked through fire. I am no longer afraid of burning. You continue to shape your values, your purpose, your direction, not once, but every day. You become a builder, a warrior, a creator, not of perfect lives but of authentic ones. You don't look for safety. You look for truth. You don't seek comfort. You seek clarity. You don't escape the battle. You honor it. And one day, if someone asks you how you became strong, how you stayed grounded when the world tried to bury you, you won't point to a trophy. You won't quote a book. You'll simply say, I didn't run. I stood my ground,